What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Shiny McForestine. Wow, that thing really is shiny today. But all jokes aside, it is finally Lost Ark Beta launch day, and as of the release of this video, it's about 2 hours until the beta goes live. So I thought I'd quickly bring together a video with 3 tips, I suppose. These are so much more for me as well as for any of you that might be looking to dive into the beta, but just 3 quick tips and last sort of checks before we get ready for this. So let's get it going. Now, first and foremost, of course, access to the beta is easily obtainable by buying one of the founders packs, as well as various sites offering free beta keys and everything like that. So I'm sure a quick cursory Google might point in the right direction, but the bronze option with the founders pack is your easiest way of actually getting beta access. Now, tweeted out earlier this morning by the Lost Ark Twitter account is just a final heads up to anybody that's taking part in the closed beta that of course the beta starts at 9 a.m. PT, but they will be doing load testing, or rather focused on load testing, from 9 a.m. PT, in other words right at the launch, until 12 p.m. PT on the 4th of November, which is today. So this is of course a huge part of the beta for them to see what the servers can handle the load like, and of course it makes sense because this is essentially an MMO. So they're only going to have 1 world per region, and this is going to mean huge queues most likely. My anticipation for this beta is huge, and as I'm sure it is for many other people, and the interest is very, very high. You don't have to go far on Reddit or any of the other channels or even big content creators to see most of them will be partaking in this, even from a sponsored perspective or even just to check it out. So I expect large queues and probably things going awry. This is standard affair for any MMO launch for that matter. So my first tip would be to just be patient, because in this case it really is a marathon and not a race. Some people might get in, some of your buddies might get in, you won't, anything like that. Strange things can happen. You might get in and then get disconnected and then don't get in again. So patience really is probably the way to go here, and I do say this largely for myself as well, because I have to bear this in mind. But most likely as soon as that load testing is done, the servers will start opening up and we'll see more options for servers to join on, and that'll start distributing the load a little bit more, and things should be smoother, not smooth sailing, but smoother from then on. The second tip that I would probably give, and again this is also speaking to myself, is full disclosure, I am not 100% a Lost Ark noob, so to speak. I did play on the Russian servers a bit, but not nearly enough in the end game, and especially not in any PvP. So for me, my character choice is still wide open, and so definitely the beta is the perfect opportunity. These 7 days is the perfect opportunity for you to spend your time figuring out which character you want to main, the very first one you want to take to max level once the full game comes out. You can obviously get a character to level 55 during this beta period. Even I would say the person that's taking the longest and starting to smell the roses along the way is looking at between 25 and 30 hours of playtime to actually get to a max character. Of course, as soon as you get to a max character, you're rewarded with an item in the beta that immediately allows you to bring a second one up. So you do have the opportunity to get 2 characters at max level and get their ultimate skills to essentially see if that's something that you want. So take a little bit of time. I would say maybe brushing up on what's available on the Lost Ark side itself to pick, but and also don't stress it. Once you get into the game and once you're able to play, try a couple of different characters. I don't think you can really go wrong with anything specific. I think the most important decision that you should be making is whether you want to be playing a character that fights at melee range or a character that fights at ranged. I think those are the 2 most important answers you have to answer to yourself, and once you have that can kind of steer you in the right direction to pick what you want. And last but certainly not least, my third and final tip would be to enjoy the story of the game. Don't skip the cutscenes, don't rush through it, anything like that. There's been a lot of work put into this game, and it really does show in the cutscenes of the game as well as the story. Not all of it is fantastic and perfect, but there's so much good here. The music's great, the story beats are fantastic, the boss encounters are amazing. So really do take the time to soak all of that up. You have 7 amazing days to do this in, until we have to wait super long for the actual full release of the game, which at this moment in time is anticipated for the first quarter of 2022. So it can be anywhere between now and 5 months from now. So definitely, I would almost say stop and smell the roses, enjoy the journey through it. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a race, and enjoy everything that this beta has to offer. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you will be playing the beta. Also do check out my Discord channel in the description of the video below. In there you'll find my streaming schedule for the weekend, as well as for the duration of this beta, as well as for anything else that I'm busy doing. And also check out my Twitter, of course, for any updates as we progress through the weekend, as if anything happens within the beta, I'll try to keep my audience abreast of that. I will be streaming from about an hour before the start of this, and obviously trying to get into the beta as much as I can, while goofing around with the audience and other games as we go along. So if you got some spare time, we'd love to have you pop on in. But most importantly, have a fantastic morning, a great afternoon, and a super awesome evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.